What is up, y'all? Welcome back to Halo's Kitchen, the best kitchen out there, period. Is Chef A. As you can see, I am making a raw vegan apple pie. Yes, this is my absolute favorite, like one of my favorite desserts ever. And I'm making it raw. Like, what? For real? Oh my gosh. But, if you guys are new to my channel and you're new to this segment, this is where I like to make a dessert. And I talk about, out the comfort zone topics because desserts are also out my comfort zone. I am not no baker. Not really much of a sweets person, but when I make it, just know I'm challenging myself for real. So I also challenge myself to talk about hard topics and just things that I struggle with that you guys may struggle with as well. And, just confronting that. So I will have all the instructions and ingredients listed throughout the video if you guys are still interested in, like making it yourselves. The recipe is pretty simple, straightforward. It's not difficult at all. And I feel like it's pretty easy to follow along as well. Like watching everything that I'm doing type beat. And as you can see by the title, I am going to also be talking about time management, balancing your time better, especially, going into business, pursuing that. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I like to speak on topics, that I have personally dealt with, personally. Like I like to speak from experience, maybe you guys can't tell because I'm not really one to post that much of my private life, but usually when I speak on something, it's because I've experienced it before or I'm currently going through it myself. And I feel like this time in my life, as of now, I am learning how to manage my time a lot better because it's like this year is completely different from last year. I have something to do every single day, every single week. It's just something. There's always something to be done. But I need, I'm learning how to not get so caught up in that and still learning how to prioritize my me time, my times of stillness, because times of stillness are still essential, like even in adulthood, even when we all have jobs to do, we have responsibilities to take care of. And I'm 22. I've shared that on my page that I'm 22. So I'm kind of fresh to adulthood and, just adjusting to everything. And if you guys are around my age as well, then you probably understand the struggle of adjusting into it and like seeing like, dang, this is what our parents meant when they said you don't want to grow up too fast, stay a kid forever while you can. Like, yuck, what are all these responsibilities? It's like every single month, I got something to pay every single week. What is all this? But yes, y'all, I'm here to give you encouragement though. Like, do not give up. Definitely keep going. God always makes a way. Things are so much easier when you include God within things, or just whatever your spiritual beliefs are. Just, don't feel like you have to do everything alone, or even asking the people that are around you if you have, that blessing to have people around you that are willing to help you. Don't be afraid to ask them for help as well when it comes to you needing to take care of things and maybe needing like a helping hand and stuff like that. So that is definitely one lesson that I've had to learn throughout, this time period of my life, being so busy, not being afraid to ask for help when I need it. I've definitely been someone that has been way too prideful to, ask people for help and be like, oh my gosh, can you please help me out with this? And also just because I feel like a lot of people tend to take advantage of that, or maybe like throw it in your face. That's a better way to say it. Throw it in your face when you end up asking for help and they help you and feel like, later on, oh man, I helped you out with this, but you can't do this for me or something like that. Like, let's say you try to reject something that they want you to do for them and like they try to throw that in your face. So yeah, but I had to let go of that narrative and also understand the fact that I don't really have those people surrounded by me anyways. Thankfully, I've been blessed enough to have, some real ones in my circle. Another big understanding that, I've grasped is that you get so much more done when you actually do take more moments to, be still and just live more balanced, when you do prioritize your mental well-being, because you also end up putting out some of your best work when you're actually well rested and stuff like that. I feel like society has painted this narrative and like made it so popular to live a life where you're constantly grinding on go mode. And yes, I understand. I can be the same way sometimes. Like, no, the work don't stop. You got to keep going. We got goals to achieve. Like, I get it. I've definitely been on that end, but I'm also starting to understand that I want to prioritize quality over quantity, and understanding that that's so much more important, and to where I could like give you guys my best versus just giving you just anything, you know? Because also for me personally, it's never been about money. I've never really been motivated to work just for money. And that might sound crazy, especially like being an adult and you got to pay for stuff, but I am the type of person where my heart has to be in something for me to like pursue it long term, and my heart's in this. And it's not really about money for me, but yeah, so that keeps me more motivated to prioritize quality over quantity. And even being in the process of writing my cookbook, I noticed that I've gotten a lot more, recipes written or whatever, a lot more written down when I actually balance out my time better and I make more time to rest. Then I have enough energy to actually get more done instead of trying to constantly push myself through and damn near get myself to the point of burnout, because I feel like, the world doesn't stop, time doesn't stop for anybody, like I'm running out of time, constantly feeling like that. But I understand it can definitely be hard, especially when you kind of feel trapped in your environment and you're more motivated off that to get out of the same place that you've been stuck and stagnant in. So I definitely get it. But that is where an efficient schedule comes in handy. So I definitely recommend making a schedule and actually prioritizing, pausing and resting in that schedule as well, and not just putting so much time into work. I don't care what anybody says, but that whole mentality of I'll sleep when I'm dead or something like that, or sleep when I'm rich, is absolutely insane. What are you talking about? And hopefully one day I can be an example that you don't have to burn yourself out like crazy to get to where it is that you want to be. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys try out this recipe as well. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's pretty short and I could have expanded a lot more on this topic, but yeah, I'll do better. I might come back with my podcast on my other channel. I did used to have a podcast on my Spotify and, Apple Podcasts as well. Maybe one day I'll get back to that this year. But yeah, thank you guys so much for supporting. I truly, truly do appreciate it. I appreciate all the growth that's been happening on my channels, on my pages and stuff like that. It's definitely not getting overlooked or anything like that. And I hope you guys have a beautiful, prosperous Sunday and be safe out here in these streets, okay? You heard?